Keaton Deepward, sophomore.
Carson Dennis, junior.
Dalton Hughes, senior.
Todd Morgan, freshman.
All right, freshman. I like it, man. We're going to start right over here. You've been on the show tons of times during football season. You're back on here again. You was at the event at the nursing home. It's average Joe's normal thing for you right here, brother. But I'm going to start with you right here. I always start the season out like this. Let's get the bad stuff out of the way first. With baseball, not only baseball, but spring sports in general getting shut down last year. Very disappointing for everybody involved. I'm sure it's no different for you. What was that like when you heard the word come down that they're shutting the season down?
Well, first of all, I felt bad for the seniors. Like Caleb, and I knew that he wouldn't be able to play high school baseball after that. And it was just sad for all of them. And I knew that would set all of us back for coming back this year.
No doubt. It was the way it all happened. I thought personally this was gonna be like a week or two, and then let's let this run through, and then here we are a year later and still battling it.
Yeah, Caleb and Garrett, me and them are close friends, and it was bad for them. And we thought we were going to come back and it'd be normal again, but ruined their season.
Hadn't been the case.
Well, me and Caleb, we've always done everything together, every sport, everything. And so me and him, we always go to the cage, put in extra time, and then it just got took away from us just like that. And at first, when I first started, I'm like, we'll be out maybe a week, and then we'll come back, be better than what we were, and just keep working. And then they said it was over. I was just devastated for all the seniors, and then even for me, even for us team, we started off pretty good last year, and then it just got took away from us just like that.
I wasn't very close to any of the seniors or anyone because I was in 8th grade, but I know it had to suck for them to the season to end.
Yeah,
seniors.
You was in 8th grade last year. That's crazy, brother. That's good. That's good. You moved up. Let's start right back here with you. You personally, and I always like to ask this question: have you stayed sharp, stayed on top of your game during this off season, with a chance that we might not have a season this year? But how do you stay sharp, keep your mind straight?
I'm always throw, keep my arm good, always make sure I can hit every once in a while.
There you go.
Well, I just threw about once a week. I take pitching lessons, so I had to stay on top of it. And then I got invited to the All-Star game, so I had to even get my hitting back going too. And then with football, it was just hard to do both at the same time, and we still didn't know if we was going to even have a season. So it was just all hope and praise and thanking God for it.
There was a question mark on any of this.
I played summer ball every year, but it got canceled because of COVID, but we didn't know that at the time, so I still worked every day, like preparing for that. And then I had, going through into this season, I always had somebody or one text away to come to the cage and hit with me and throw BP, no matter what.
I'll come up here and throw you some 40-mile-an-hour fastballs. Like I'm serving up meat at a buffet.
I just made sure stay in the weight room, stay in shape, and keep throwing, take cuts every once in a while, and just stay sharp.
Here at Collinsville, do all of y'all play multiple sports?
Yes, sir.
Everybody? How do you find time for that? I mean, how do you find time to not cheat yourself in one sport over another?
Well, because I love both of these sports equally, and I just
Are you too cool to play basketball? Is that what you're telling us?
No.
Nah, go ahead, finish.
But I love both sports equally, and I just want to be the best that I can in each of them, and that requires working on both of them equally.
Makes sense.
Just finding time to go through the motions, and even if it takes 30 minutes a day to an hour just to get it in.
Got to get it in, no doubt.
But when I played football, I would spend extra time every day after practice working on how to get better. And then during mostly weekends, I would take cuts in baseball. Well, now in baseball, I'm a senior, so I don't get to play football anymore. But I take cuts after practice. I stay in the cage now. I stay on how to better myself now in baseball to be the best I can be.
No doubt.
Just make sure I do everything efficiently and like quickly as possible, so I have enough time to do everything else for the other sports. That helps me.
That's pretty well. This guy's pretty well spoken for a freshman, man.
Yes,
He ain't even nervous.
he was nervous.
Nah, he ain't now. You don't look it. Yeah, you talk about time. Time's everything. Time management. When you guys in your school. Here's another question I want to ask y'all. I like asking coaches this. This is the first time I've asked players this. How do you stay focused with so many things from, cell phones to video games to girls or whatever it may be? How do you stay dialed in on your sports?
I just had to focus on it and just make sure I get as much practice in as possible, even if it's giving up some things.
Well, usually, I got a girlfriend. Well, she comes and throws me in the cage, and then
That's a real girlfriend right there, brother.
she loads
She's
the
a
tee
keeper.
for me, and then I do the same thing for her. But I just focus in, and then if it's that sport, I'm always 100% in. I ain't gonna keep 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I'm just gonna stay in and do the best I can do.
Coach Jurt usually keeps us on track, even in the off season, keeping us focused, making sure we're getting swings in, and all of our coaches here do that, making sure we just be the best that we can.
Accountability and checking in makes sense.
Well, we have to order our priorities, and I mean, me personally, I really want to have the best team that we possibly can, and that requires putting baseball and school above everything, and I try to do that every day.
It makes sense, no doubt. I love asking this question, especially at this school. Collinsville in general, what's it like playing for the town of Collinsville? I know you heard me ask the girls that, but what's that like playing here at Collinsville from your standpoint?
Well, no matter what sport you play, I mean, you're always going to have people out there supporting you, and win or loss out there, they're just going to be there to pick you up and help coach you to be the best you can be.
Love it.
I know this year we've had very good crowds. Everybody comes screaming at us.
I think people sick of sitting indoors over this stuff.
Mm-hmm. They love coming out and watching us play and doing the best we can.
We've never had as big crowds in baseball that we've been having this year. We've been filling up all the stands, both sides, and just having all of them supporting, it just gives you confidence anyways. And not only do they come to home games, they follow us to away games too, so that's even better.
Hour and a half away, doesn't matter.
In baseball, that's huge.
Like he said, the crowds are really big, and they give us confidence even when we mess up.
No doubt. Here's what we always like to ask: who keeps it lively in the dugout? Who's the class clown of the group? Is anybody in here, or is it somebody else on the team?
I would say it's probably him.
What? Him?
We
all kind of
we all play our
all
part.
chop up.
Y'all got a lot of chatter when other teams at the plate.
I do.
Some people do, some people don't. I mean, I don't really like to talk whenever somebody's at the bat.
But we usually dog on ourselves.
Yeah.
We'll
making
make
fun
fun
of
of
yourselves.
we'll make fun of
We
each
keep
other
it
in the dugout.
Yeah, that somebody will crack a joke. We'll crack a joke back at them.
Yeah.
No doubt.
It's all playing back and forth.
Heck yeah. That's part of baseball.
Keeping
man.
it fun.
Dude, all the successful teams that I've noticed in every sport, especially baseball, for some reason, they loose. It's not bragging or confident or brash. It's kind of a we're pretty good, but we're loose. It's not uptight.
I know we have our best games when we're loose.
That's
and
it.
But when we
up.
play up top, we don't play the best
It's
of our
just
ability.
in basketball, you can see it more than any sport.
Mm-hmm.
When the team's up tight, they start panicking, they start turning over. But you see them when they're loose, having fun, pressing people. Same thing in baseball. That's why I ask about the chatter. I notice the teams that get a lot of chatter and goofing off.
Yeah.
And sometimes the other team will just die and start laughing at you. But anyways, guys, we'll start right back here with Mr. DeBoer. What do you think you got to do as a team? I know you guys are the leaders of the team. That's kudos to this young man for being ninth grade and being looked at as a leader. But as the season progresses and you go to where you need to go, what do you think is going to have to happen to make you guys peak at the right time, which is always at the end of the season?
Well, we just got to keep working, and like I said earlier, we got to keep our priorities in check, and we got to work for what we want, and we just have to make sure to show up, do as many practices as we can, and take as many cuts as we can, throw as often as we can, and just do the best that we can to be the best we can be.
Love it.
I know this year we started off real hot, and we had a little bit of a downfall, but I know we're getting back up there now we beat Hooks Bluff, #1 team, yesterday. But I know that we can play to our best of our ability, but sometimes we don't. But I feel by the end of the season we will.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we started off to a great start. We started off 7-1, and that one loss was to 5, and they're undefeated right now. But we started off good, and then we went on 5 or 6 games, just a losing streak, and we were just making errors after errors after errors. And then we went and played Asheville 2 weeks ago, They're a good team. It's like 12-3, and we came and beat them 13-2.
Golly.
And we didn't have no errors. We played solid, and then we still have them spots where we still make errors and we still don't play to the best of our abilities. But then, like he said, we finally played to the best of our ability against Hope's Bluff, #1 team, and came out on top of them, and that was a big win. And then, just like that, we just swapped back to making errors. But once we get them errors out of our system, we're going to be solid.
No doubt.
We're hitting the ball. We just got to keep doing what we're doing.
Self-evaluation is good on that. Y'all know where the weakness is.
What they were saying, we had a really good start, had a little bit of a downfall, but I think we started figuring it out a little bit and practicing even harder
No doubt.
and figuring it out. We
Man.
still got our issues here and there.
How big was from a confidence standpoint, was the win over Hope's Bluff? It had to be pretty huge.
Oh, it was-
I think halfway through that game, that was probably the most focused I've ever seen our team. Just dialed in and ready to
That's
win.
awesome.
We knew in the first inning of that game, Host Bluff, their, what was it, the fourth batter?
Third batter.
Third batter.
Lemons.
Lemons.
Peyton Lemons?
Yes.
Yeah, he smoked one on me.
He did? You was pitching?
Yes, sir. He hit a 2-run shot first inning, and then they was up, but then we never got down, and we
never
just
got down on ourselves.
and we just kept fighting back, and then I think the fifth inning we finally scored 2 runs, and then we went
Y'all held them scoreless from that point on?
scored.
Okay.
They didn't score. I held them to 5 hits,
Man,
but
that's huge with that lineup.
yes, sir. They're a very good hitting
With
team.
Hunter Bird.
They're a very good hitting team.
Yeah.
It's one of the best hitting teams
Heck
that
yeah.
I've seen in a
Will
while.
Clemens.
Oh yeah, but so we finally scored 2 runs in the 5th, and then neither one of us scored in the 6th, and the pitcher had 1 walk, and then they put a couple on, and then we had 2 outs, and Carson, he hit one right up the middle to win the game.
A liner. Nice. Love it. That's huge, man.
So, yeah.
That's big. Hey, Axel's no slouch either. We know Coach
Yeah,
Hawk. We've
they're
had them
very
guys
good.
on.
Coach Hawk's very good.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He's a
And that win, that kind of brought our confidence up right there too. And well, we didn't play too good the first game. We played a doubleheader. We played against JV Pennington, and I ain't down on them, but we didn't play very good, and we lost like 8-7. Well, then the next game we're down, but we came back up. We made 0 errors, and I think that's the first game we ain't even made errors in
That was
against
a good game.
Asheville, and then came out on top.
shows what happens when you dialed in, man.
Yes, sir.
Got to leave them girls alone, man. Unless you got one throwing you deep eggs.
Yeah.
Man, I'm just teasing y'all. Y'all guys are a great group. Appreciate you guys sitting in with us. It's been fun out here in Collinsville today. We're going to shut the video down, and good luck going forward.
Thank you.